Hi, my name is Ashton Greer, and I'm a dietitian with Nutrition Specialist of Northeastern Oklahoma. And today I'm going to be covering what a heart-healthy diet is, how to reduce your sodium intake, and tips when eating out. So when people think of diet, they often think of restricting or counting calories or removing their favorite foods. But when thinking of a diet, I want you to think more of balance, so eating a variety of whole grains, fruits and vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, which is what we are going to talk about today. When people think of the word fat, they often think it's something bad and that we don't need it in our diets, but it is actually really important and has a lot of important functions, such as making hormones, help insulating our organs. It also gives us energy. So we just need to figure out how to pick the healthy fats when choosing fat in our diet. So there are two different types of fats. So we have saturated fats and unsaturated fats. And saturated fats are going to be found in animal products, so such as we've got dairy, butter, ground beef, cheese. That's going to be more of our saturated fats, which if we eat too much of those, it can raise our LDL cholesterol, which is sometimes called our bad cholesterol, and can increase your risk of heart disease. So these are fats that we want to try to limit in our diet. On the other hand, we have our unsaturated fats, which these are going to be our healthier fats and we want to eat more of. These can actually help reduce our LDL cholesterol. And so foods that have unsaturated fat are going to be like our salmon, our avocado oil, avocados, and nuts. And so those are some foods that we want to try to eat more of. So unsaturated fats, there are actually two different kinds. So we've got monounsaturated fats, and this is going to be like almonds, olive oil, and then we've also got polyunsaturated fats. And so this is where you may have heard of omega-3 or omega-6s. And so this is going to be found in like walnuts and our flax seeds. So when picking oils, we want to try to pick the oils that have the unsaturated fats like we talked about. And so this is going to be our oils such as our avocado oil and our olive oil. And then on the other hand, saturated fats, the oils such as coconut oil and palm oil, we want to try to stay away from. So when cooking, try to look for more of these types of oils. So when going to the grocery store, you want to look for foods like these cans that have words like no salt added, unsalted. So that will have lower sodium. That's a good way of reducing sodium. And another way is to buy frozen vegetables. So these tend to not have very much salt added to them. Instead of more of the other frozen vegetables that may have like cheese sauce or added seasonings to them, these are going to be your better option. So believe it or not, you can make food still taste good without using salt. And so you want to try to use things like onion powder, garlic powder, and different herbs like parsley or oregano can make foods taste very well together. And some really good pairings that you can do is salmon and dill. Those taste really good. And then if you ever do broccoli, so you could get frozen broccoli or fresh broccoli, basil goes really well with that. And then sweet potatoes go really good with pumpkin pie spice, so that'd be really good for the holidays. When eating out, it can be really hard to know what to pick. So here are some tips when you eat out to try to reduce the amount of calories and sodium that you're going to be eating. So first, you can always ask your server to not add any salt to the plate. That will help reduce your sodium by a lot. You can also ask to request your sauce or gravy or dressing on the side so you can portion out the amount you want, because they tend to put a lot on there, so that'll help reduce sodium and calories as well. And another thing is just to simply not add any extra salt to your plate when it does come. And lastly, when looking at the menu, you want to look for foods that say grilled or baked or steamed, and try to stay away from fried foods. So remember that being heart healthy isn't about restricting a lot of things. It's more of just making small choices in the right direction, picking healthier fats, trying to reduce your sodium intake, and just trying to follow simple tips when eating out. And again, my name's Ashton Greer, and today we talked about heart healthy fats, reducing sodium intake, and tips when eating out. And don't forget to check us out on social media and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I hope you have a great day.